Hey there, friends, and welcome to Meaningful Living. I'm Michelle, and Paul and I are so happy to have you here today. We're constantly searching for the most helpful and interesting information to share with you, and today we've got something really special brewing. It's all about the fascinating world of bay leaf for those of us aged 60 and over. But first, how are you doing today? Are you feeling good? Drop a few words in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And speaking of feeling good, with summer in full swing and many of us enjoying our gardens, remember to take it easy out there. Don't push yourselves too hard. Listen to your body, take breaks, and make sure you're staying hydrated. Your well-being is always our top priority. Have you ever thought about the humble bay leaf as more than just a kitchen staple? Maybe you've tossed it into a stew or a pot of soup, and then fished it out before serving. But what if I told you this simple, fragrant leaf holds secrets to a richer, healthier life, especially as we navigate our golden years? Today, we're going to uncover some incredible insights about bay leaf, its ancient history, its surprising benefits, and even a few important things to be mindful of. Let's dive in. Bay leaf, a fragrant healer and lifelong companion for those over 60. The bay leaf isn't just an aromatic seasoning that adds a unique flavor to our dishes. It's also a symbol of ancient traditions, wisdom, and longevity, having accumulated countless stories over the centuries about its benefits, and sometimes even its potential harm. For seniors, for those of us over 60, the bay leaf can become a real treasure, helping us maintain our health and quality of life. Let's immerse ourselves in its rich history and discover the many amazing properties of this simple, yet powerful plant. A history woven with myths and reality. The history of the bay leaf stretches back through millennia, to the times of ancient Greece and Rome. Back then, it wasn't just a culinary ingredient, it was a sacred plant, a symbol of glory, victory, wisdom, and protection. Ancient Greece. It was believed that the bay laurel was sacred to Apollo, the god of light, poetry, and healing. Winners of the Olympic Games, poets, and heroes were crowned with laurel wreaths. This is where we get the phrase laurel wreath, symbolizing recognition and triumph. In Apollo's temples, priestesses would chew bay leaves to induce prophetic visions, believing in its mystical power. It's fascinating how even today, some seniors, perhaps drawing from these ancient echoes, might use bay leaves for cleansing a space of negative energy. Ancient Rome. The Romans adopted many traditions from the Greeks, and the bay laurel was no exception. They also used laurel wreaths to honor emperors, generals, and successful citizens. Laurel was also a symbol of peace and prosperity. Many Roman homes hung bunches of bay leaves to ward off illness and evil spirits. This custom resonates with the desire many older adults have to protect their homes and families from harm, though perhaps now it's more for creating a comforting atmosphere and, yes, even for air purification, rather than purely mystical reasons. The Middle Ages and Renaissance. During these eras, bay laurel continued to play an important role in both medicine and cuisine. It was used to treat various ailments, from fevers to epilepsy. Cooks added it to dishes to enhance flavor and preserve food. If you're a grandparent who remembers a time before modern refrigeration, you might recall how bay leaf helped preserve meats or canned goods, preventing them from spoiling quickly. It's a wonderful example of practical knowledge passed down through generations. Modern day, today, the bay leaf is primarily used as a spice. However, despite the shift in its main purpose, its healing properties continue to be studied and applied in folk medicine and aromatherapy. For our older generation, who often seek out natural ways to boost their well-being, this makes the bay leaf particularly valuable. Wonderful benefits of bay leaf for seniors. Bay leaf is rich in vitamins A, C, B-complex, minerals, potassium, magnesium, iron, calcium, zinc, selenium, and essential oils, all of which contribute to its beneficial properties. For us, as we get older and our bodies need a little extra support, bay leaf can be incredibly helpful. 1. Boosting immunity and fighting colds. As we age, our immune systems can weaken, making us more susceptible to infections. Bay leaf contains phytoncides and vitamin C, which help strengthen immunity and combat viruses and bacteria. A story from life. My neighbor, bless her heart, Ms. Evelyn, who's well into her late 70s, always amazed me with her resilience. She's never one to sit still, always out in her garden or chasing after her grandkids. One day, I asked her secret. She smiled and said, "Michelle, I always drink bay leaf tea in the winter. And sometimes, I'll even add it to my steam inhalations when I feel a cold coming on." And truly, she rarely gets sick with colds or the flu. She prepares it by adding 2 to 3 bay leaves to boiling water, letting it steep for 10 to 15 minutes, and then drinking it like regular tea, sometimes with a spoonful of honey. She swears it helps ease her breathing, reduces her cough, and clears her stuffy nose. 2. Improving digestion. As we get older, digestive issues like bloating, discomfort, and poor appetite can become more common. Bay leaf stimulates the production of digestive enzymes, improves appetite, and helps normalize bowel function. A story from life. My dear Grandpa Joe, who struggled with heartburn and a feeling of heaviness after meals for years, started adding a little more bay leaf to his soups and stews than he used to. At first, he did it unconsciously, simply because he loved the aroma. But over time, he noticed that his food became much easier to digest, and his heartburn almost disappeared. He used to say, "Bay leaf isn't just tasty, it's really good for your stomach. It keeps everything working like a clock." This just goes to show how even a small change in our diet can have a significant impact on digestion for us seniors. 3. Easing joint and muscle pain. Bay leaf has wonderful anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving properties, thanks to its essential oils. This is especially relevant for older adults who often suffer from arthritis, osteoarthritis, rheumatism, and other musculoskeletal conditions. A story from life. My friend, Mrs. Helen, who's 80, has suffered from severe knee pain for many years. She tried countless creams and pills, but the relief was always temporary. One day, her daughter brought her a folk remedy recipe to prepare a bay leaf decoction for compresses. Mrs. Helen was skeptical, but she gave it a try. She boiled 10 to 15 bay leaves in 1.5 cups of water for 5 minutes, let it steep, strained it, and then soaked a cloth in the warm liquid, applying it to her aching knees overnight. She did this every evening for 2 weeks. And to her great surprise, the pain significantly decreased, and her joint mobility improved. She started telling all her friends about the miracle leaves that eased her suffering. It's a powerful example of how natural remedies can offer comfort even in seemingly challenging situations. 4. Helping to normalize blood sugar levels. Some studies suggest that bay leaf may help lower blood sugar levels, making it potentially beneficial for individuals with type 2 diabetes or those at risk. Important note from Michelle: it's absolutely crucial to always consult with your doctor before using bay leaf for diabetes management, as it can interact with medications. Never stop taking your prescribed medication without your doctor's guidance. A story from life. My uncle, who was recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, was feeling very discouraged. He was following his diet, but his sugar levels still fluctuated. His neighbor, who has lived with diabetes for a long time, suggested he try bay leaf decoction. She drank it regularly as a complementary support to her main treatment. He started preparing a decoction with 10 leaves in 2 cups of water, boiling it for 5 minutes, then letting it steep. He would drink about a quarter cup, 3 times a day. After a month, he noticed his sugar readings were more stable, and he felt better overall. Of course, this doesn't replace medication, but as an addition to therapy, it can be very effective with your doctor's approval. 5. Calming effects and improved sleep. The essential oils in bay leaf have a calming effect on the nervous system, helping to reduce stress, anxiety, and improve sleep quality. This is especially important for seniors, who often experience insomnia. A story from life. My husband's grandmother always struggled with sleep. She'd lie awake for hours, counting sheep, all to no avail. One day, her friend, who's into aromatherapy, suggested she place a few bay leaves under her pillow or dab a couple of drops of bay leaf essential oil onto a tissue and place it near her bed. Grandma tried it. And what do you think? Within just a few days, she noticed she was falling asleep faster, and her sleep became deeper and more peaceful. She was thrilled and now always keeps bay leaf by her bed. The scent of bay acts like a gentle, natural sleep aid, without any dependency. 6. Support for varicose veins and swelling. Bay leaf helps strengthen blood vessel walls and has diuretic properties, which can be beneficial for varicose veins and swelling, common concerns for older adults. A story from life. My aunt, who spent most of her working life as a sales clerk, developed varicose veins over the years. Her legs would swell significantly, especially in the evenings. She read in some folk remedy books about compresses made with bay leaf decoction. She prepared a strong decoction, 20 to 30 leaves in a liter of water, boiled for 10 minutes. And once it cooled to a comfortable temperature, she would do foot soaks or soak a towel and wrap it around her legs. She did this every evening for a month. The swelling decreased, and the heaviness in her legs was much less. While it didn't completely cure her varicose veins, it significantly alleviated her discomfort and improved her quality of life. 7. Helping to eliminate excess salts from the body. Some traditional recipes claim that bay leaf decoction helps remove excess salts from the body, which can be useful for conditions like gout and other ailments related to salt deposits. Important note from Michelle: if you're considering this, please use caution and consult your doctor, as it has a strong diuretic effect. When bay leaf might not be your friend, precautions for those 60 plus. Despite its many beneficial properties, bay leaf, like any plant, has its contraindications and can cause harm if used improperly or without considering individual health conditions. This is especially true for us seniors, whose bodies can be more sensitive. 1. Pregnancy and breastfeeding. Michelle's important reminder: this is absolutely contraindicated. While this doesn't apply to our audience over 60, it's vital to remember this when sharing recipes or advice with younger generations. Bay leaf can induce uterine contractions and lead to miscarriage or premature labor. 2. Kidney and liver conditions. For severe kidney and liver diseases, consuming bay leaf can be dangerous. It has a strong diuretic effect and can increase the burden on these organs. A cautionary tale: my uncle, who had kidney issues, decided to try cleansing his body of salts using a bay leaf decoction he'd heard about from acquaintances. He didn't consult his doctor and started drinking large amounts of the decoction. Within a few days, his condition worsened dramatically, and he experienced severe lower back pain. He was hospitalized, and the doctors explained that the excessive use of the decoction, given his pre-existing kidney condition, led to an acute flare-up. This was a painful lesson that showed just how crucial it is to consult with your doctor before trying folk remedies, especially if you have chronic health conditions. 3. Stomach and duodenal ulcers. Bay leaf can irritate the mucous membranes of the stomach and intestines, potentially leading to an exacerbation of ulcer disease. 4. Constipation. If you're prone to constipation, consuming bay leaf might worsen the situation, as it has astringent properties. 5. Allergic reactions. Like any plant, bay leaf can cause allergic reactions, though they are rare. Symptoms can include rash, itching, and swelling. A cautionary tale: my friend, who loved experimenting with natural remedies, decided to take a bath with added bay leaf decoction for relaxation. She had never had an allergy to bay leaf before. However, after the bath, she developed a severe rash all over her body that was incredibly itchy. It turned out she had an individual intolerance. This incident reminds us that even trusted remedies can sometimes cause unexpected reactions, especially for those with a predisposition to allergies. 6. Low blood pressure. Bay leaf can slightly lower blood pressure, so those with hypotension should use it with caution. 7. Bleeding and poor blood clotting. Bay leaf can affect blood clotting, so it's not recommended for people taking anticoagulants or who have bleeding disorders. How to use bay leaf for seniors. Practical tips and recommendations. Using bay leaf correctly is key to getting the most benefit and avoiding any harm. 1. In your cooking. This is the most common way to enjoy bay leaf. Add it to your soups, stews, braised dishes, marinades, and pickling brines. Michelle's tip: to avoid any bitterness, add bay leaf about 5 to 10 minutes before your dish is finished cooking, and then remove it before serving. For us seniors, who might have trouble chewing or swallowing, using whole leaves is ideal because they're easy to fish out. 2. Decoctions and infusions. Decoctions and infusions can be used both internally and externally. For internal use, for digestive issues, colds, blood sugar support generally, Use 2 to 3 leaves per 1 cup of water. Pour boiling water over them, let steep for 10 to 15 minutes, then strain. Drink 1/4 to half a cup, 2 to 3 times a day. Michelle's crucial point: please, never exceed the recommended dosages. More isn't always better when it comes to herbal remedies. For external use, compresses, foot soaks for joint pain, varicose veins use a more concentrated decoction, 10 to 15 leaves per 2 to 3 cups of water, boil for 5 to 10 minutes. Let it cool to a comfortable temperature, strain, and then use for compresses or soaks. 3. Bay leaf essential oil. Bay leaf essential oil is very concentrated and should be used with extreme caution. For aromatherapy, for sleeplessness, stress, add a few drops to an essential oil diffuser or onto a tissue placed near your bed. For massage, for muscle aches, always dilute a few drops in a carrier oil, like olive oil or almond oil, before applying it to your skin. 4. For air purification. Some seniors use bay leaf to cleanse their homes. This can be a beautiful echo of ancient traditions, but it also has a practical side. Burning bay leaf releases phytoncides, which have disinfecting properties. Michelle's tip: place a few dried leaves on a heat-resistant surface and carefully light them. Let them smolder, allowing the fragrant smoke to spread throughout the room. Always do this in a well-ventilated area, and never leave it unattended. Important recommendations for seniors when using bay leaf. Always consult your doctor. This is the most important rule, my friends. Before you start using bay leaf for any health condition, especially if you have chronic health issues or are taking medications, it is essential to consult with your doctor. They can help you assess the risks and benefits and advise on the correct dosage. Your health and safety are paramount. Start with small doses. If you're trying bay leaf for therapeutic purposes for the first time, begin with the smallest possible dose and observe how your body reacts. Don't exceed recommended doses. Excessive use can lead to negative consequences, and we certainly don't want that. Buy quality bay leaf. Choose leaves that are whole, vibrant green, and have a rich, strong aroma. Store them in a dry, dark place to maintain their potency. Listen to your body. If you experience any unpleasant symptoms after using bay leaf, stop immediately and contact your doctor. Your body will tell you what it needs, or doesn't need. You know, the bay leaf isn't just a culinary spice. It's truly a gift from nature that can bring significant benefits to the health of older adults. Its rich history, steeped in myths and traditions, only emphasizes its enduring value. From boosting our immunity and easing joint pain to improving digestion and enhancing sleep, bay leaf can become an invaluable ally in maintaining an active and fulfilling life in our respected years. However, like any powerful remedy, it requires a thoughtful and cautious approach. Always remember the absolute necessity of consulting with your doctor. Start with small doses, and most importantly, listen carefully to your body's signals. May this aromatic healer serve you well, helping you maintain a vibrant spirit and robust health for many, many years to come. How do you incorporate natural remedies into your daily life for well-being? Share your own tips in the comments below. Your advice could be incredibly helpful to others. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe to Meaningful Living for more tips and inspiration to enrich your daily life. We're here to help you live your best life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.